In part 2 of our series on Steven Avery, we dive into the trial for the rape of Penny Beerntsen. With the odds stacked against him, Avery is convicted to 32 years in prison. We'll look at his time spent behind bars, how it impacted his marriage, and the numerous failed attempts at an appeal. We'll then discuss Avery's connection to the Wisconsin Innocence Project, and how with their help and innovations in DNA testing, it's revealed that Avery is innocent and thus set free after spending 18 years locked up. I'm Mike.
I'm Ian.
And I'm Dave. There is a 99% likelihood that you will enjoy this episode, so stick around. That's it. That's the opener. That's science. This is Necronomipod.
As we're recording this, we were briefly talking about it off air. The Lakers just sold for $10 billion.
Man, how is that even possible?
$10 billion.
It's a lot of money.
So at that point, there's like multiple, business entities involved in purchasing that, or
Maybe.
partners?
You would think.
I guess I should have looked at an article to learn more. I just saw
Yeah,
the
who's the
headline,
buyer?
and I was like, oh, that's fucking insane.
Maybe Bill Gates bought it.
Maybe.
He could afford it. Maybe Warren Buffett bought it.
I think like the last biggest team to sell was the Commanders, right? Washington football.
Sounds right.
And it was like low billion something, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah, obviously we just freeballing this conversation 'cause we have no information. But I mean, I guess it's, what the Lakers and the Yankees got to be the two biggest sports franchises in the United States.
Mark Walter. He's the billionaire.
No, it's Wahlberg. He's an actor. What does that have to do with this?
That's who bought it. The billionaire co-founder of Guggenheim Partners.
Okay.
And now controlling owner of the LA Dodgers. So this dude has...
He owns the Dodgers too? Good God.
Is he going to do one of those things where like he changes the team color so they have to match like they do in Pittsburgh? They tried to do that in Cleveland for like with the Cavs and Guardians.
Might not go over well.
No. Dodgers are blue and white with purple and gold for LA.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
Fuck it. He owns him. He can do whatever he wants.
Do a shocking number.
Make the change and then just tell everyone it's dollar beer night. They'll be fine. They'll get over it real quick.
It's wild that somebody can just make that purchase, right?
Yeah.
Like, what's that bank account look like? Having $10 billion to purchase something?
What do I want to buy
That'd be
today?
insane.
How about the Lakers?
Okay. I think I'm going to buy a basketball team today.
Man.
Honey, let's go shopping.
Steven Avery's trial for the rape and assault of Penny Beerntsen started on the morning of December 2nd, 1985 at the Manitowoc County Courthouse. 12 jurors were seated along with 2 alternates. The judge was Fred Hazelwood, and he gave the basic rundown that they were there to hear the sexual assault case against Steven Avery. Remember from last week, this was kind of all just set up to make Steven the guy based on Judy saying that it looked like Steven.
Across the board.
5'11", it sounds like Steven. Prosecutor Dennis Vogel stood up and set the tone right away. He turned to the jury, pointed at Steven directly and said, quote, "This was a crime that shattered not just Penny Beerntsen's life, but the conscience of Manitowoc County. This is the face that Penny Beerntsen cannot forget." Steven's lawyer, Thomas Jacobs, told the jury that the state's entire case boiled down to just 2 things, 1 witness and 1 hair. Everything else, he said, was pure speculation. The next day, Penny took the stand. She walked in visibly nervous and told the jury what happened to her on July 29th at the beach, all the graphic details we talked about last week. Vogel walked her through the two lineups that she'd done. The first photo lineup where Steven's picture was the only one that later appeared in the live lineup and the in-person lineup itself. He asked her directly if she had any doubt that Steven was the man who attacked her, and she said, quote, "None." When Jacobs cross-examined her, he kept it short. There is an interview out there of him talking about being stuck in a tough spot with this because he knows Steven's innocent, but he also knows that Penny's a victim. He couldn't rip her apart on the stand. That would be terrible to do, and it would look terrible to the jury, so he's kind of stuck.
Yeah.
But he did point out that Penny never saw her attacker's face in full daylight because of the wooded area, and it was overcast that day. That the lineup room had bright fluorescent lights, totally different conditions, and that the officers running the lineup already knew which number was Steven. Still not good. Like, the jury's just not going to doubt her.
This is a kind of case you would take a bench trial in my opinion.
A jury's just not going to, they're going to believe her no matter what.
They're going to look at Steven, they're going to look at her, and they're going to believe her regardless of what any other piece of evidence says.
Oh, put that on your Substack, Casey Anthony. Thanks for the legal advice.
Look for me on TikTok in my car tomorrow.
But while eating a sandwich, like it's on your lunch break, you're eating a sandwich out of a brown paper bag. Welcome to my legal advice. Here's what I have to say. You fuckers better shut up and listen.
Lunch break's over. I got to get back into Domino's and make some pizzas.
You hear like, Dave, get your ass back in here. Orders are backing up. That's good.
On Wednesday, they moved on to the forensic evidence. Sherry Culhane from the Wisconsin State Crime Lab testified about the hair they found on Steven's shirt. She said that it matched Penny's sample in several microscopic characteristics. And when pressed, she told the jury that there was a, quote, 99% likelihood it was Penny's. Jacobs objected right away, saying that there's no scientific basis for that kind of statistic when it comes to hair analysis. Judge Hazelwood overruled him, and that number, 99%, stuck in the jury's head. Culhane later admitted under cross that she couldn't back that number up with any published studies. It was just her opinion, but by that point, the jury already heard that.
It's science. That is obscene. 99% likelihood.
Like, what is that?
Just made up.
The state also brought in 2 jailhouse informants. One said Steven admitted to the crime while mopping floors, claiming he said something about, quote, leaving the woman dead for.
You know what they say about mopping floors in prison?
What's that?
I don't know. I read that earlier. I'm like, there's got to be a good pun in here somewhere, but I didn't come up with anything. So I don't think they say anything.
All right.
I thought it would come to me as I was saying that, but no, I got nothing.
It happens. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
That's absolutely
Wayne Gretzky
right.
and Michael Scott.
The other one said that he overheard Steven say, quote, she was asking for it while they were in the recreation area. Both guys had pending charges, burglary, forgery, stuff like that, and both admitted that they were hoping for lighter sentences in exchange for their testimony. Jacobs pointed out that neither one could give a specific date or any real details about the attack, but Vogel still pushed it.
Always the issue with jailhouse informants, right?
Start making up shit.
Making up things about anyone and try to get yourself a lighter sentence. So.
Yeah.
They
Also, if you're in prison mopping floors with people, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Also.
Even if he probably wasn't even saying anything, but they just made it up. But anyway, shut up regardless.
They also had a couple of supporting witnesses. An ER nurse testified that she documented Penny's bruises and abrasions. There wasn't any semen found, and all the swabs came back negative. Detective Jim Lank walked the jury through a crime scene sketch showing distances and footprints near the beach to help build out the state's version of events. That was it for the evidence, so the state wrapped up their case Wednesday afternoon around 3:45 p.m. The defense started on Friday, December 6th. Steven's lawyer set up a big felt board timeline in front of the jury to show just how tight the state's version of events really was. He marked down 3 key times. Around 4:05 p.m., Penny said the attack ended on the beach. By 4:15, Steven supposedly left home with Lori and their 5 kids, headed up to Green Bay, which was about 45 miles from the beach. And at exactly 5:13 p.m., there was a receipt from a Shopko store in Green Bay showing Steven bought a gallon of Dutch Boy satin alabaster paint. Jacob said that the state's version would require Steven to get off the beach, get home, round up Lori and the 5 kids, get all the way to Green Bay, and make it to that Shopko in just 68 minutes. He called that, quote, logistically absurd. Then Jacob started calling witnesses. He had 16 of them, all backing Steven's alibi. Dolores Avery said that Steven, that's his mom, said Steven was home in Michigan pouring concrete until around 3:30 p.m. She saw him leave to clean up after. Randy Lemieux, a handyman who sometimes worked with the Averys, said Steven picked him up around 3:45, hauled some scrap metal, and dropped him off around 4:10. He remembered Steven's car being, quote, loaded with kids. Multiple drivers on Highway 147 said that they saw an orange station wagon around 4:25 p.m. packed with kids headed north toward Green Bay. And Carolyn Plant, the paint clerk at Shopko, testified she remembered Steven specifically because he was, quote, a sweaty guy in greasy coveralls. She showed the jury the register tape stamped at 5:13 p.m. And here's the important part. These witnesses weren't handpicked by Steven's defense team. They were all originally tips investigated by the sheriff's deputies who were trying to poke holes in Steven's story. So these weren't coached or rehearsed statements. They were neutral witnesses who came forward on their own.
That's an important piece. I agree.
Like we said earlier, though, if you're on the jury and you have that victim telling you, like, that's the man that raped me, how do you, like, in good conscience be like, nah, it's not him?
I know.
You know, like, that's fucking tough.
It's a heartstring pull.
This is why I throw away my jury summons as soon as I get them. I didn't see that. What's a summon? What is a summon?
Who? He doesn't live here.
No, my name's Mike, not jury. That's not for me. You ain't trying to fucking put me on that situation. Hell no.
Hell no. Going to no jury?
Having bipolar disorder is the immediate out.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah. They don't want anything to do with that.
They're
Like,
you're like bipolar. They're like, get the fuck out of here. How dare you, sir? You're like, bye. I'm going to Subway.
Yeah. It's an easy out.
Yeah.
The prosecutor.
I usually just tell them that if you're in here, you're probably guilty for a reason. So, and they're like, all right, bye.
Prosecutor's like, yep, that's our guy. The prosecutor bounced me when I went a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Because I told him I thought police overcharged people in order to get plea deals.
The prosecutor's like, shut the fuck up, get out, asshole. So I've been jury duty many times, but like in Cuyahoga County, have you done Cuyahoga County, like the big one downtown?
No, this is the first time I ever went.
I've had Cuyahoga County like twice, and the once I got sent home like 3 days in. The second one, I got like it's like a drawing once you get in there to be in the jury pool, and we were sitting and waiting. Like I was selected to get to like the jury selection process, and we're waiting. They come in and go, "Oh, we settled. You guys can go." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Right. Sit around all day.
Yeah. Can I have my
per diem, right?
$25 per diem,
right.
please?
That's right.
Because on the lunch break, I went to Tower City and I bought the WrestleMania DVD. I would like my per diem, please. That's a shoot. That is what happened.
I didn't doubt it for a second.
I got the special edition. It came in like a tin box. Oh, it was fucking awesome.
What WrestleMania?
23. The first one I went to. Okay. And so I was like, oh, it's the release day.
Yeah.
You fucks going to give us lunch or not? I got to get to Tower City. There's probably a line waiting for this thing. That is 100% what I did. But then, like, you can't take it in with you. I had to go, like, back to my car, put it in. No, something like that. I had to, fucking, I should have just walked into the courtroom with it and be like, get out. You're out. You fucking idiot. Get out.
Probably would have made you the foreman. That's a smart guy right here.
The judge
this guy knows his sports entertainment.
The judge is like, you're my new bailiff. Son, you are hired. He's like, you even got the tin? That's the good one.
Oh, that's great.
That's my life.
So the assistant DA, Thomas Gibbons, brought in a state trooper named Bill Tyson. This is the guy that drove the route himself. He's the test guy. He drove from the beach to the Shopko and said it took him only 57 minutes. But we said this last week. Tyson admitted that he was speeding the whole time. He said he drove 10 miles over the speed limit, blew through Michigan at 70 miles per hour in a 55, ran 2 yellow lights, and didn't stop once, not to pick up kids or anything like that. He started driving. Jacobs countered with a detailed roadmap. He pointed out all the summer construction zones and the school zone Tyson skipped over. He also noted that Tyson did the drive on a Sunday when there was no weekday traffic to slow him down.
Can't do it on a Friday. I do it on a Sunday so you could soak up some overtime, right?
Like a twofer on that.
See,
Oh, yeah.
his brain's as corrupt as the police. He gets it.
Jacobs also brought Sherry Culhane back to the stand. This time he read directly from her own lab manual, which said microscopic hair comparison can't be used to give a statistical probability, only to suggest similarity. Culhane admitted that the 99% figure was just her opinion. It wasn't backed by any scientific database.
Her opinion.
But the jury's already heard it, and they've already...
She's an expert. She must know.
Yeah.
This is a bench trial all the way. Hell of a defense, though, this guy's putting up, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He stuck by Steven for a very long time in this, till he got to the point where he kind of couldn't do it anymore as far as financially. But yeah, he stuck with Steven for a long time. The jury started deliberating on Friday, December 13th, around 3:20 in the afternoon. They went home at 6 p.m., came back the next morning, and picked it back up at 8:30 a.m. They never asked any questions or requested clarification. At exactly 10:15 a.m. on December 14th, the jury foreman stood up and read the verdict, guilty on all counts. Steven just stared at the defense table. He didn't show any emotion, and the judge didn't waste any time. He sentenced Steven to 32 years in prison, the maximum allowed by law. Jacobs handed Steven a pre-written notice of appeal before deputies cuffed him and took him out of the courtroom. Outside, Dennis Vogel told reporters, quote, "Justice was swift and sure."
Sure, a lot of reasonable doubt in this case.
Yeah. Again, unless you just go back to she said it was him. And how do you tell the victim, no, you're wrong?
Yeah. When it's probably the least reliable. So
right.
But it's a conundrum.
You just have to justify that with yourself, And,
yeah.
And she 100% believes what she's saying. Like
Sure.
she's not
Which
she's
makes
not
it
in
even
on this.
harder for the jury because it's not like they could tell, oh, she's faking this.
Right.
And you want to give her justice. And this is your easiest way to do it. Like not knowing that he's being set up, but like in your mind, you're like, she said this is him and she deserves to see this guy locked up.
It's a tough spot.
Yeah.
At that exact moment, 39-year-old Gregory Allen, the real attacker, who was never mentioned once during the entire trial.
Not even a single time.
Not even once.
Jeez.
He was just going about his weekend, shopping up in Green Bay, completely free as the year 1985 came to a close. On the morning of January 8th, 1986, Jacobs, that's Steven's lawyer, made the drive from Milwaukee and filed a formal notice of intent to pursue post-conviction relief. It was the first real move in trying to undo Steven's conviction. And Jacobs laid out 3 main arguments. First, the lineups were flawed. Deputies James Lank and Judy Dvorak had already admitted under oath that they knew exactly which slot in the photo array held Steven's mugshot. One of them had even written, quote, "Put him in number 5 on the worksheet." That completely undermined the idea that Penny's identification was clean or unbiased.
I would say. Put him in number 5.
Second was the hair comparison. Jacobs attached an article from the FBI Law Enforcement Bulletin, published just the year before, that explicitly warned microscopic hair comparison should never be expressed in percentages. That directly contradicted Sherry Culhane's 99% thing. She contradicted it herself in the trial. She had to admit it, but it didn't matter.
And when did she say it was her opinion? This was way after, or was this in the trial as well?
When she was like, during the trial, she was
under cross-examination. He got her to admit that. Right?
On opinion.
Yeah.
Right. But the jury had already heard it.
I get it. Yeah.
And third, the jailhouse informants. Jacobs discovered that both of them had received sentence reduction offers from the DA's office before they testified against Steven. Not only that, but those letters were never turned over to the defense during trial, which could qualify as a Brady violation, meaning the state withheld potentially exculpatory evidence. This is such a weird thing because we talked about in part one that the Averys, they have issues with law enforcement. Like, there's a reason why law enforcement would always think it's the Averys doing up to something. But like, why this? Like, it just seemed like as soon as Judy Dvorak said it sounds like Steven Avery, they just didn't stop. Like, the ball started rolling at that point, and it didn't even, not even a slow burn. Like, it was just 0 to 100 on him.
Maybe they were more out to get him than just making assumptions, right? Like actively targeting him versus just assuming it's him because he's a bad seed kind of thing.
Maybe they were making a murderer.
Maybe they were, sir. Touche.
It's just, I don't know.
I mean, the whole thing with his cousin, right, who was married to one of their own. They're like, fuck this guy.
That's true. I didn't even just,
It's like one of the family, right?
Yeah, he was jerking off in front of her and like held a gun to her and stuff.
They're like, we're getting this guy off the street, whether this is him or not.
Yeah, that's what in the back of my mind, I had just assumed that's what their beef with him was that one way or another, we're going to fuck this guy over because he's fucking with our people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is
their easy way to put him away for a while.
Yeah, this is more targeted than just a sloppy, we're lazy kind of thing. I think. It seems like it anyway. Like that they knew better.
I agree.
And went forward
I think this was targeted like, oh, here's our chance just to put this fuckboy away.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, the sketch alone is targeting like the fact that they just traced it.
Absolutely.
But, and again, 5'11" to 5'1". Like any respectable police officer would be like, well, that's not our guy. Like this isn't even close. Yeah. You're targeting him. Get him off the streets. He's not going to be our problem for a long time.
And in any sane court, these 3 points would trigger a retrial, right? I would think.
One would think. Well, when they make me bailiff in my courtroom, this ain't going to fly. I do allow chair shots, though. You are allowed. The defense and prosecution are allowed one random, unannounced chair shot on their opponent at any time. Like prosecution will be making their opening statements. Boom, defense, one chair shot right across the back.
Boom.
Points are awarded if it's done well in my courtroom.
Who scores the points? You?
The judge. I work for the judge, but he's on board. He gets it.
Do you enter the courtroom to a musical theme and/or your belt?
I don't. I'm the bailiff. The judge, John Cena. My time is now.
Waving their hand in front of them.
Mm-hmm. And then if you're sentenced to death, we play the Undertaker's music. If you're convicted or acquitted, we play Hulk Hogan, Real American. Oh, we're fucking you. You don't wanna get charged with a crime, but if you get to our courtroom, you're gonna have a good time during your trial.
He's really thought this up.
I'm just making this up as I go. But foam fingers for like whichever side you're on, prosecution and defense. There's foam fingers.
Got to work out Money in the Bank in there somewhere.
Ooh, there you go. Like the defense attorney, just in general, is given a one-time contract for an automatic acquittal. His entire career, he gets one. And whenever he wants to cash that in, the judge's like, what can I do? My hands are tied. It's an acquittal. I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. Yeah, that's how we do it. God damn it. Why isn't this a show?
So let's get into Gregory Allen a bit. He had been on law enforcement's radar long before Penny Beerntsen was attacked, but that didn't make it into the courtroom. Back in July of 1983, a woman jogging near Point Beach State Forest was assaulted by a man who blindfolded her with a towel. She managed to get away, but told police that her attacker drove an orange Plymouth station wagon and used a towel to cover her eyes. I think it's also unfortunate that Steven also drove a orange station wagon.
Oops.
Yeah. By spring of 85, the Two Rivers Police Department had already gotten at least a half dozen peeping Tom complaints about a guy who matched Gregory Allen's description. So just to be clear, like that's different than the Manitowoc County Police.
Okay.
We're not talking about them. So when we're talking about them, we'll say county. They're the corrupt ones. That June, Manitowoc County detectives Bob Kosorek, Sheriff Kosorek's brother, and Don Larson quietly opened an informal watch list on Gregory Allen. Nothing official, but they were keeping tabs on him. Kind of like they heard through the other police department, like, oh, this guy's out here, you know. On the morning of July 29th, 1985, Deputy Judy Dvorak radioed in that Gregory Allen's orange Plymouth was parked at Lincoln Park Beach. Two plainclothes deputies in an unmarked Dodge Shadow were told to sit in on him. They were still watching when, at 11:20 a.m., an urgent dispatch came in that a 6-year-old kid had gone missing from a farmhouse outside Kellnersville. Department policy required all available units to respond if a child was involved, so both surveillance officers left to help with that search. The kid turned up an hour later, hiding in a machine shed. But here's the part that matters. No official report was ever filed about the surveillance on Gregory Allen. And that is because Manitowoc County detectives kept their surveillance notes in personal stenopads, only typing them up if the operation led to an arrest. That is so crazy. Why wouldn't you keep files on everything? That is wild. Since Gregory Allen wasn't picked up that day and because Penny was attacked less than 4 hours later, those notes never got formalized. They were quietly filed away or more than likely thrown out. So when Steven's lawyer, Jacobs, started subpoenaing records in 1986, whatever existed was either gone or conveniently misplaced. Just to clarify, Judy Dvorak knew what Gregory Allen looked like. She radioed in to detectives, sitting at Lincoln Park Beach. Manitowoc detectives get eyes on Allen at the beach, but get called away. Penny gets raped at said beach, but the description sounds like Steven Avery 12 or so hours later.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
5'1" Steven, and they know this guy's there. And then she called it in.
Yeah.
This is the piece that makes me say, yeah, he was targeted. Because you can't, even if you're a complete moron, you can't fuck up this bad, right?
Judy did this on purpose.
Yeah. Allegedly.
Yeah. But I mean, he should just get a trial just based off of that piece of evidence alone that this guy was on surveillance. He left. The surveillance left.
Right.
This woman gets raped in that window of time. Like, that should result in a new trial.
And I'm 5'1".
That's the biggest thing. That's just so stupid.
I almost joined midget wrestling. I'm not a 5'11" rapist.
Damn hell.
On October 28th, 1986, Thomas Jacobs filed a 96-page appeal brief that drilled into 3 new angles the jury never got to hear. First, he broke down the math behind the flawed identifications. He cited a 1984 study from the University of Washington showing that when a lineup isn't double-blind, meaning when the officers know who the suspect is, it can spike the witness error rate from 20% to over 60%.
It's a big jump.
Yeah.
And not surprising at all.
Second, Jacobs submitted a 2-scale map of the route from the beach to the Shopko in Green Bay. It included summer construction zones, a mandatory school zone slowdown, and realistic traffic estimates, directly contradicting the state troopers' 57-minute test run. And third, Jacobs included a brand new affidavit from a woman who'd been assaulted back in 1983. She ID'd Gregory Allen's Plymouth station wagon from the photos. More importantly, said the name Gregory Allen had been supplied to her by the Two Rivers Police Department. This was the strongest support yet for the wrong man theory. But this dude's still working for state. Like, he's really trying to get him out.
Yeah. Clearly. That's a lot of work.
But even with all that, the Court of Appeals rejected Steven's appeal on August 5th, 1987. They called Penny's in-court identification singularly persuasive and ruled that the errors in the hair testimony were, quote, harmless.
Harmless.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Eyewitness testimony is certainly not singularly persuasive. Oh, man. Because 3 people see the same thing and there's going to be 3 different versions of it.
Yeah. Not long after this denial, Gregory Allen ended up pleading guilty to public indecency. He was masturbating in front of people. The judge on that case, Gary A. Lemieux, no relation to the Randy Lemieux we talked about earlier, gave Gregory Allen 18 months probation and issued a warning saying, quote, Mr. Allen, next time it will be prison. Probably should have been prison. You shouldn't be jerking off in front of just random strangers. You got to go to jail for that.
Yeah.
As part of his probation, Allen was ordered to stay away from all Brown and Manitowoc County beaches after dark. That didn't stick. He violated that multiple times. In April of 1988, Steven filed a federal habeas petition on his own. There was 7 handwritten pages. And Steven is, he's not illiterate, but man, he writes in block letters. Like, he really is on that, with the 70 IQ. So him writing out 7 pages, that's a lot with this, researching and stuff. But Judge Barbara Crabb dismissed it right away, saying there was no federal issue to consider. In her ruling, she wrote, quote, eyewitness reliability alone does not raise a constitutional claim absent coercion. A year later, in May of 1989, Steven tried to appeal again, but the Seventh Circuit shot it down. They denied him a certificate to proceed, saying his petition was, quote, essentially a disagreement with facts found at trial.
Not having much luck here.
Dead end after dead end after dead end.
What's a boy to do? Eat some cheese. When in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah. You think they have cheese in prison in Wisconsin?
Oh, yeah.
Probably not good cheese, but cheese.
Some kind of slop like American cheese.
Yeah, Kraft singles.
Yeah. No, that's probably illegal in Wisconsin. They don't even allow that in their borders.
For their prisoners, though.
Just for the prisoners.
Yeah.
And as the timeline continues of Steven trying to prove his innocence, Gregory Allen doesn't stop. In 1990, he was fined $150 for window peeping. He had been caught watching a woman through her bedroom window.
So, first time I read this, and I just kept going, like I didn't realize it. I thought it was $150 for window peeing, and I'm in my mind, I'm like, this guy's just fucking pissing in windows. This guy gets just fucking crazy. Like, just going up to open windows and pissing in them.
Is that a thing people do?
I don't think so, which is why it blew my mind. I was like, this guy is out there. And then I just happened to my eyes just popped up on the page and I said peeping and I was like, oh, no, that makes a lot more sense. $150 fine seems awfully low for window peeing.
If the window's closed though, maybe.
Just pissing on a window?
Yeah, piss on a window.
But then maybe indecent exposure or something. You just got your dick out. Your fucking firemen housing their window with your piss stream.
When I was a kid.
Oh man.
I was out in the town where you're from with a kid, like grade school young.
Yeah. What were you doing out in that neck of the woods?
I grew up with him and he moved out there, so I was out there. And we were just hanging out at one of those shopping strip malls out there. And there was a ground round restaurant.
I know exactly where you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about too.
And there,
Ground Round used to be awesome, by the way.
It was a good spot.
I know exactly what you're talking about. There's a Chipotle over there now.
Okay. I just know what's out there. I don't know where it is or anything. And one of the sides of the restaurant, the windows where people sat right next to the windows. There was like a grassy area outside of the windows. My friend walked up inside the window. This family's sitting there eating. He just starts pissing like all over the window. Oh my.
So this is window peeing's a thing. I didn't even know this.
I haven't thought about this in 30 years.
I reminded you
It
of
just
it.
reminded me of that. He's just standing right beside this family's like looking.
Did anything happen?
Piss hitting all over the. I don't know. We ran. I have no idea.
What a lawless land it was back then. I'm glad I wasn't alive for this shit.
Just soaking the window everywhere. And I just remember like the family looking at it. Like,
That is crazy. Yeah, I know exactly where that
it was
is.
like broad daylight. Can you imagine doing something like this?
No. No, that is insane. Just trying to eat your ground round cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Some young kid's got his dick out pissing on the window. Jesus. Dave's running away with hole marks in the pockets of his hoodie from the fireworks that he blew up in there.
That's right. That's right. Oh, all right. Thanks for unlocking that grade school memory. That's good stuff.
Window peeing. I thought that was ridiculous. It's a thing.
So a year after that, in 91, Gregory Allen was picked up again, this time for disorderly conduct while prowling near St. Norbert College. He was stalking female college students. That charge led to a stayed 30-day sentence, and neither of those misdemeanors required a DNA sample. On the night of May 9th, 1993, a woman was attacked outside her home on the west side of Green Bay. It was 9:05 p.m. The suspect used a towel and a blindfold and threatened her with a knife. She managed to fight him off and fled. Detectives found the towel. It was a plain white cotton one, but there was no DNA on it. Still, the MO was similar enough that officers made a note in the case file, quote, possibly Gregory Allen, similar incidents, 90, 91, but without physical evidence. The case stalled out. And again, this is not Manitowoc County. These are competent police officers, like actually.
Up in Green Bay.
Yeah.
That's probably Brett Favre that attacked that lady.
Yeah, maybe. Could have been, I guess.
Does he attack women?
No.
I know he tries to rip off poor people, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
He's real big on that.
Good job, Brett. Mississippi's finest.
Then he had that whole thing with that Jen. What was her name? Jen Starger? Jen.
Oh, yeah. He was sexually
This is a
harassing
dick.
her.
Yeah.
Was she ESPN reporter?
She was working for the Jets at that time when he left and went to the Jets for a year. Was texting her and all
Is
this
he the one that had
bullshit.
issues with Aaron Andrews too? Or is that someone else? Or did
Oh,
she
did he? I don't think so.
Maybe we should look this up before we start
Sort
saying
of fucking slandering Brett Favre.
The only Aaron Andrews thing I remember that some guy would follow her around to her hotel rooms and find out what room she's going to be in and switch the peephole or the, what do you call it?
Oh, the eye hole thing?
Yeah. So he could look in at her, and then he posted those pictures of her naked and stuff, like real creep stuff.
Maybe it's not. Maybe Aaron Andrews, it just looks like was one of the ones to like break the story about the Jen Sturger thing.
Sturger, yeah.
Sturger, sorry. Oh, that Jen Sturger is a little bit me gusta.
Mm-hmm. But she got fucked over, like ruined her whole career just because he's a dick and wouldn't leave her alone.
Oh, I'm not condoning what he's doing. I was just complimenting her. She's a beautiful
But
lady.
I'm saying she got shafted
Yeah.
through no fault of her own. She never even met the guy. I don't know. I'm sorry I brought up Brett Favre. I don't know why I did that.
Green Bay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I know. I don't know why I said
Well, I don't know about you guys, but when I
know where I came
when
up
I
with
think of Brett Favre, I remember his time with the Minnesota Vikings. That's what I think of.
That's what
That's
every
my
Green
Brett
Bay
Favre.
fan thinks of too.
Just over a year later, on June 7th, 1994, there was another attack, this time on a 17-year-old girl. At 2:33 a.m. on the west side, a masked man grabbed her while she was standing on her front steps and said, "Don't look or I'll cut you." She elbowed him and ran, then called 911. Patrol cars canvassed the area and spotted an orange Plymouth 4 blocks away, but lost it in a maze of alleys.
This guy seems like a bad seed.
He is escalating a lot.
I'm surprised if they didn't prosecute Steven for this. Orange Plymouth. They're like, oh, it must have been him. But he was in jail. No, it was him anyway. He broke out for the night and did it.
He fucking did it. But this person was 4'1", or no, 6'1". No, he did it.
That's right.
It's 100%. It's got his track marks all over it.
Call it in, Judy.
Yeah. You know what? Just fucking kill him at this point. He's already locked up. At this point, what can you do? Kill him.
Back to Steven. Between 1990 and 1994, he settled into the routine of prison life. Steven worked in the metal shop, machining bracket parts for state prison beds. The job paid 36 cents an hour, and I guess that was the average at the time, so he made about $24 a month. Then in July of 1991, he earned his GED, so he was making the best of it as far as, using his time is concerned. Between 1992 and 1994, Steven sent out 196 letters. Most were pleas for help. 137 went to innocence organizations, 42 to state legislators, and 17 to media outlets. Only one group wrote back with any real advice, the Innocence Project in New York. They told him, though, without biological evidence, there wasn't much that they could do. Back in Manitowoc, Lori Avery did what she could to hold things together. Every couple months, usually every 60 to 90 days, she loaded up the station wagon with the kids and made the 2-hour round trip to Waban, and they'd get to visit Steven for about an hour. Steven would write letters all the time, but eventually the tone started to change. Every envelope was photocopied by prison staff before going out. If there was any profanity or anything threatening, it got flagged and filed separately. Lori never reported any of this formally. She later said that she didn't want to make life harder for the kids, but she saved the originals in a shoebox at home. So here's the timeline that pushed her for divorce. May 14th, 1993, Steven accused her of, quote, running around with other guys. And that letter ended with, quote, when I get home, I'll make sure that stops for good. Lori showed that letter to her sister, Deborah. These aren't just like letters that are written out like a handwritten note, because Steven writes in block letters. But he's writing these very angry, so they're like super scribbled.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Scribbled block letters, very angry. July 9th, 93, quote, you tell the kids daddy loves them. I'm done loving. Cross me again and you'll be sorry. After that, she started bringing a neighbor along on visits so she wouldn't be alone. September 3rd, 93, quote, I've got friends who owe me favors on the outside. Remember that when you go to bed at night. At that point, Lori stopped accepting his calls for 2 months.
Yeah, that's right.
This is escalating.
November 27th, 93, that was Thanksgiving. Quote, I sit here eating cold turkey. Maybe your house burns down before Christmas. Lori's pastor, Tom Swanson, told her to start a paper trail in case this whole thing escalates.
Is that his kid's house too?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Stephen Avery had a little bit of Napoleon syndrome.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Mixed with anger management issues. I'd be pissed off too. If I was
At the same
sitting
time,
in
he was wrongly accused,
Yeah.
but it wasn't Lori's fault.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
If this was you and you were sentenced for, what did he get, 40 years or something?
32 years.
Would you expect your wife to remain faithful to you during all that time?
No.
No, I don't think so either.
I think it depends what kind of marriage you're in. I don't know. It's hard. What I thought was interesting, I was going to bring this up before, but he's only an hour away. They only came to visit him every 60 to 90 days. That seems a little odd. Would you not be there once a week?
Yeah,
Like if
it's
it
not
was
very
more of
far.
a healthy, like it's a 2-hour round trip. So an hour
Maybe
away.
she's glad to be done with him.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
what kind of if you had an actual strong relationship, no, I don't think you would expect them to go cheating on you, because they'd probably be like, they'd be empathetic with you. You were wrongly accused. Like, I'm going to wait this out. I'm going to help you fight these appeals. This maybe doesn't seem like that kind of relationship.
Perhaps, sure.
There's
Definitely
also,
doesn't seem like that.
There's like poverty issues, and like that adds a whole different layer of her trying to raise 5 kids alone and then making time to go visit him.
Raising 5 kids, I get that.
And working, and that makes sense. Yeah. You're not going to go every day. Even once a week might be a
So
stretch.
in this situation, perhaps you would think oh, she's got somebody else now taking care of her, helping her out, helping her with the kids, keeping her away from
It
me.
just eats at him sitting there. There's nothing he can do about it.
I would
Just
also-
lashing out.
Sure, in his situation, you would already feel like a defeated man because the system failed you.
Yeah.
What else, You're not going to be very pessimistic after that, or optimistic. You're going to be very pessimistic.
Evolution failed you if you're only 5'1". So you're starting from
Goddamn.
less than 0.
Jesus. You're going to get knifed by a short king when this episode comes out.
I'm kidding. Short kings, calm down.
Says the 5'10" guy. He's not very strapping himself. Do you say 5'10"? We're all about the same height.
Yeah, I'm about 5'10".
Somebody at Old Wrestling this weekend, we keep bringing that up, we'll talk about it later, was surprised how we were like our heights. I don't remember the exact conversation, but I was like, we are almost the exact same height. Maybe a little different, but I say I'm 5'10". And I think that's, I am.
I say 5'11".
Do you? You use that little extra?
I do.
Yeah.
He wears lifts.
Yeah, like Jake the Snake.
His are ridiculous.
I know.
By the way, that's a whole nother conversation. But his are like embarrassingly bad.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you say 5'10" or 5'11"?
5'10".
Okay.
I'm not 5'11".
Ian's probably, I would guess, of the three of us, closest to 5'11". But like when we take a photo, we're usually, either all in footwear or in socks, and it's pretty close. Just depending on whatever. If I'm wearing an Elmer Fudd hat,
Sure.
I look a little taller. Okay, anyways. 5'1", guys. Don't forget what Dave said about you.
Hey,
Evolution failed you.
March 22nd, 94, quote, sign those divorce papers and you'll regret it. I'll fight you till I die. Lori contacted an attorney but didn't file, partly because the kids begged her not to. August 18th, 94, quote, if I lose my kids because of you, someone's losing a life. The prison mailroom flagged that one as, quote, a most serious level 3 threat. Lori canceled the August visit and told her attorney that she was ready to file divorce. By then, a pattern started to develop. Like anytime Steven had a bad parole check-in or heard that Lori might sell off part of the junkyard, like part of his ownership to pay for something for the kids, she would get an angry letter, telling her she would kill her or whatever,
someone will lose a life.
The one about having people on the outside is so stupid because he's wrongly convicted. Like, he's not a fucking criminal. What are you talking about? Like, who's on the outside doing jobs for you? Yeah. Lori filed for divorce on September 6, 1994, in Manitowoc County Circuit Court. On the petition, she listed, quote, excessive distance and irretrievable breakdown.
It's 2 hours away, excessive distance. I always thought distance makes the heart grow fonder. Not this time, Stevie.
Yeah, but a good dick will change that. My experience.
In my experience.
I mean, getting cheated on by women who find much bigger dicks. I'm the victim here, pal.
The victim.
Just not in jail.
Steven's response came in a short note postmarked September 20th. Quote, you win. I'll sign it, but I never forget. A week later, the prison chaplain said that Steven had joined the choir to, quote, keep busy. After that, Lori cut the visits back to once a year and only brought the older boys, and the divorce was finalized in early 95.
I pulled a clip of the choir. If you guys want to hear it,
Yeah, of
I thought it was
course.
pretty good.
They see me rolling, they are hazing, patrolling, they're trying to catch me riding dirty.
Trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty.
My music's so loud, I'm swinging, they're hoping that they're gonna catch me riding dirty.
Trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty, trying to catch me riding dirty.
Who is that?
What is that from? Is that an actual like church group or type thing?
A bunch of old people doing choir hip hop songs. It was really funny.
It's insane.
Trying to catch me riding dirty.
They were just so offbeat too.
Oh boy.
That was super shitty sounding. It was
Yeah.
terrible.
Like the reverb on that was terrible. That was awesome.
You know, whoever made that at that church thought it was sweet, though.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Oh, they loved it.
They recorded it on like one of those AM/FM radios where if you hit record, you can like talk and like it like records the sound.
Old white people, stay in your lane, please, because that should not exist in the world.
Well, I'm glad it does, actually. I'm just glad it's not me.
Also in early 1995, Steven caught an episode of 60 Minutes on the Rec Room TV. It was about a wrongful conviction in Alabama that had been overturned thanks to something new called PCR DNA testing. That got his attention, so Steven wrote a letter to Milwaukee attorney Stephen Glenn and asked, quote, "Can that tech help me?" On June 13th, 95, Steven's new attorney, Stephen Glenn, filed a motion in Manitowoc County Circuit Court asking for DNA testing on the evidence from Penny's assault. This included Penny's fingernail clippings, the hair collected at the scene, and Steven's own samples. Judge Fred Hazelwood approved, and the evidence was packed up and sent to Cellmark Diagnostics in Maryland, one of only 3 labs in the country doing that type of DNA testing at the time. But while Steven was waiting on these lab results, Gregory Allen was still out there and still escalating. Just 2 weeks later, on June 27th, 1995, Allen broke into a woman's home in Ashwaubenon, a suburb outside of Green Bay. It was around 3 a.m. when the victim, a 34-year-old accountant, woke up and saw a man climbing in through her living room window. Gregory Allen blindfolded her with a towel, tied her wrist with a phone cord, and raped her. She fought back and managed to claw deep into his forearm. When police arrived, they found a clear palm print on the window glass and semen on the bed sheet. The very next day, on June 28th, that palm print came back as a match to Gregory Allen. Police raided his apartment and found a bloody shirt along with a towel that matched fibers from the crime scene. He admitted that he liked watching women through their windows at night, but he denied the rape. Gregory Allen was arrested, and his bail was set at $250,000. Meanwhile, the DNA test for Steven came back on July 14th, 1995. The testing did show DNA from an unknown man under Penny's fingernails, but it wasn't clean enough to fully rule Steven out. Some genetic markers were missing, and the profile wasn't complete. Judge Hazelwood decided that it wasn't conclusive enough to justify overturning the conviction. But Steven's attorney, they kept pushing. In August 1995, he filed a motion asking the judge to reconsider, arguing that even partial DNA pointing to someone else would raise enough doubt. But that motion was denied immediately. There was no discussion about it or whatever. It was just denied. Here's the part that no one knew at the time. Around that same month, August of 1995, Gregory Allen was sitting in jail, waiting to go to trial for the Ashwaubenon rape. While he was locked up, Gregory Allen started bragging. He told an undercover detective named Tom Bohm, quote, "I did one in Manitowoc, and some dumb hick took the heat for it." Bohm called the Manitowoc County Jail right away to pass along what he'd heard. He spoke with Sergeant Andrew Colborne, who said that he'd pass it along. That did not happen, and we'll get into that more on part 3. A lot of part 3 stuff with that.
Okay.
But the county was told that someone made that claim, and that was not passed along. Gregory Allen went to trial for the Ashwaubenon rape on July 8th, 1996. The trial lasted 10 days, and it didn't take the jury long. After 3 hours, they came back with guilty on all counts. Gregory Allen was sentenced to 60 years in prison. When Allen officially started his sentence in early 1997, Wisconsin had just passed a law requiring DNA collection from any inmate sentenced to more than a year in prison. Allen's sample was processed and labeled, then uploaded into the Wisconsin DNA database, but at that time, the system wasn't connected to CODIS, the national FBI database. So Allen's sample stayed isolated, sitting in state records. Meanwhile, Steven and his lawyer, Stephen Glenn, kept fighting. Glenn appealed again, arguing 2 points. First, that the partial DNA result from the earlier test should count as new evidence. And second, that Manitowoc County had never turned over critical surveillance information on Gregory Allen, but the Court of Appeals rejected it. They said the DNA wasn't strong enough to shake Penny's eyewitness ID, and Gregory Allen's surveillance claims were too vague, which that one's, it's not vague, just provide the fucking paper. Mm-hmm. On September 3rd, 1997, the case was marked closed unless some new scientifically significant evidence came to light.
This kind of case is why I cannot support the death penalty. This right here.
Oh, I'm glad you finally came out publicly for that. Thank you.
Well, I think I've always said that. In theory, I support it, but because of how we apply the laws and appeals and stuff like this clearly deserves an appeal. And this could very well be someone on death row, and they reject appeals, with the same kind of logic.
I think it's probably applies to people on death row more often than we would like to think about.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that's wrong.
There's been times that I've gotten hot in a conversation, like gotten mad about talking about stuff, and I'll be like saying that I think that like rapists should be qualified for the death penalty. Yeah. And I do believe that, like in theory, but like this case is a perfect example of why that should not be a thing.
It is. Yeah.
Wow.
Finally, in August of 2000, there was a break. A team of law students working under Professor Keith Finley at the newly formed Wisconsin's Innocence Project pulled Steven's case file from a box labeled, quote, closed with no DNA. On August 16th, 2001, Steven gave the Innocence Project formal permission to reopen his case for them to look into.
And just to be clear, this is the Wisconsin Innocence Project, not the L.A. Innocence Project.
Not the Innocence Project
not
either.
The Innocence Project. Different entities. Yeah. Also, don't you categorize Cucks Across America clients? Like when you remember to pull out, you code them closed with no DNA, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, once she cleans off her back, that's done. Just flush that shit away.
Flush it away, baby.
Finley and his colleague, Byron Lichstein, put together a motion asking for new DNA testing, this time using short tandem repeat technology, which was a lot more accurate than PCR. They requested testing on 13 hairs from Penny's case, along with the fingernail scrapings and swabs. They also asked for the results to be compared against Gregory Allen's DNA, if they could get it. On top of that, they tried to subpoena the 1995 call about Gregory Allen's jailhouse confession, but found out that no official record of that existed.
Oh, that's weird. How would that happen?
On February 14th, 2002, Judge Fred Hazelwood, now retired, was brought back in to handle the case and approve the testing.
You're like, fuck, this guy retired. You can't bring him back. He shuts us down.
All the evidence was sent to the state crime lab, and in a strange twist, the same analyst who had made the original hair match back in 1985, Sherry Culhane, was now the head of the DNA division. She would be personally overseeing a new round of testing, so it's kind of like failing upwards.
Jeez. What was her thing? 99% likelihood?
Yeah, but she wrote the training manual and then testified against it.
Oh, boy.
Who promoted her? Bill Clinton.
Bill's never going to live that down.
He's friends of the show. He knows.
We're just gentle ribbon.
We're just joshing with him.
I love you boys. Just some gentle ribbon. I get it.
We were out for some bourbon and cigars just the other night. Me and El Presidente.
My favorite thing, boys.
We had a good
bourbon,
time.
Cigars.
We won't get into the details, Mr. President, of course. Yeah. Let's just say we had a good time.
Good time was had by all.
Yeah.
Pussy.
Thank you, Bill. Shut up, please.
I love pussy. Cigar flavored pussy. Pussy flavored cigar. It don't matter, boys. It's all good.
Somebody turn the president's mic off.
All good. It's all pink on the inside. It's all good.
By 2002, Culhane's lab had upgraded their equipment. Instead of microscopes, they were now using something called an ABI Prism 310 analyzer. It could examine 13 specific markers on a DNA strand, and if even one of those didn't match, the person was ruled out. It was super precise in a way that all those older methods just weren't.
If you're the attorney, does it make you nervous that the lady might be in on whatever, tomfoolery led to this in the first place? And are you worried you might not get an accurate testing?
Yes.
I would be, especially she heads a department.
In a word.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
As soon as I saw her name on the paper as being the head, I'd be like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Can we get out? I would petition for outside testing at that point.
Yeah.
Is there a lot of other outside testing though at this point? If it's still new and it's kind of technology, I wonder
Gotta
what.
be somewhere, even at the federal level, somewhere.
Well, they don't know what the fuck's going on either. Let's be honest. They're making up as they go. Still are, pal.
Still are.
Still are.
Still are.
In May and June of that year, Culhane started testing the hairs. Most of them were too degraded to get a clear read, but she pulled solid DNA from 2. One of them gave a complete profile, all 13 markers. The other had a partial profile, only 9 markers, but that was still enough to match someone exactly if it lined up. She uploaded both profiles into Wisconsin's DNA database on June 21st, labeling them as linked to an unsolved sexual assault. And then everything stalled. Wisconsin's DNA database still wasn't connected to the FBI's national CODA system. Budget issues had kept it delayed. A major upgrade, CODIS 2.0, was scheduled for February 2003, but until that went live, the profiles just sat there. On February 17, 2003, Wisconsin's DNA database finally went national. Overnight, more than 42,000 inmate profiles, including Gregory Allen's, were uploaded to the FBI's CODA system. From that point on, Wisconsin's system automatically checked every sample against the national database each night, usually around 2 a.m. Still nothing happened right away. Between June 3rd and July 29th, Sherry Culhane kept checking Steven Avery's file every Monday. No hits. Lab policy required that samples be repackaged if nothing happened after 60 days. So on August 4th, she resealed the hair evidence, but she kept digital copies of the DNA profiles nearby just in case. So at least she's not trying to fuck him over, you know what I mean? She's actually
doing her job.
doing it this time.
Look at that. Congratulations, Mr. President. That was a good promotion you gave.
Oh, no worries, Mike. if you boys are wondering, I say no hair. I don't like the hair.
Thank you, Mr. President. We weren't wondering, but thank you. Nobody
I thought
asked,
you
sir.
might be.
Nobody asked.
I said no hair. This gets in the way of the cigar.
On September 10th, 2003, at exactly 1:47 p.m., Culhane's computer chimed while she was out at lunch. When she got back, the screen was flashing. Offender hit, Wisconsin versus Gregory Allen. Gregory Allen's DNA matched one of the hairs exactly, 13 out of 13 markers. Culhane double-checked everything, and the odds of that hair belonging to anyone else were 1 in 1 trillion.
Well, call me crazy, but there's not 1.1 trillion people on Earth, so it must be him. Statistically speaking.
But there is more than 1.1 trillion hairs.
I don't think it would work like that.
I'm just throwing out numbers.
Question: are hairy bastards like Mike more susceptible to crime scene evidence?
We're all over the place. If there's a stiff wind that day,
Yeah.
I'm guilty on 9 different crimes.
Fun fact: Mike passed out one time, and I shaved a piece of his back, and I keep a baggie of that hair on my person in case I decide to do a crime. I just sprinkle some of his hair at the scene.
That's awesome.
I use his hair for my crimes and his credit card for my DoorDash.
That's right. I forgot about that. How did that start?
I don't know.
Well, was that the time I ordered DoorDash from here
Probably.
and it showed up at your neighbor's house?
Probably.
Which is fucking weird.
Yeah.
First of all, my address is saved. Second off, it would have at least come to your house. It did not. I was fucking pissed.
I paid $70 for this fucking hamburger Happy Meal. You can at least bring it to my door.
No, that was the night I wasn't going to order it. And then you told me it was buy 10, get 10 on the nuggets.
Yeah, baby.
I'm like, well, of course now I'm going to have 20 nuggets and 2 McDoubles. Because what the fuck else are you supposed to do when it's 10 for 10?
You have to. It's the law.
10 plus 10, not 10
plus
for
10.
10.
So 20 nuggets.
20
You
nuggets.
get 20 nuggets for the price of 10. You'd be a fucking idiot to pass that up. Like, anyone who passes that up, you get your ass kicked.
You should.
You're a
rightly
stupid
so.
person. You're a stupid person.
You
if
deserve to
pass
work
that up.
for the Manitowoc County Sheriff if you're that dumb.
Yeah, they're the ones who pass up on a free 10-piece when you buy one 10-piece. And then give me all the hot mustard with it, sir. Do you have that new chili cream sauce, by the way?
No?
Oh, it's pretty good.
Really?
It's pretty tasty.
All right.
I mean, hot mustard is still the goat.
Yeah.
But whatever that new chili cream, whatever it's called, the one that they introduced with the tenders that they brought back,
Yeah.
pretty good.
I'll try it.
At 2:35 p.m., she called Keith Finley at the Wisconsin Innocence Project and told him that they have a profile match to Gregory Allen. 30 minutes later, Finley got on a call with Special Prosecutor Norm Gahn and Manitowoc County DA Mark Rode. Gahn asked for the custody records, and Culhane emailed them over. Then at 4:12, Gahn asked for one more piece of confirmation. He had Culhane test the second partial DNA hair. That one matched Allen too, exactly, all 9 readable markers. The odds were for that one were 1.8 million, so it's undeniable. Gregory Allen was the real attacker.
I will agree with that science.
Okay.
Seems solid.
Oh, we solved another case, guys. Good job.
The next morning, everyone showed up at the Manitowoc County Courthouse. Steven was brought in from Green Bay Correctional, still in prison greens. Penny Beerntsen was there too, 2 rows behind him. At 9:06 a.m., both sides filed a joint motion to dismiss the charges, agreeing the DNA proves Steven's innocence beyond any doubt. Judge Hazelwood asked, quote, "Does anyone dispute the authenticity or importance of the DNA results?" No one did. And at 9:22 a.m., he said, quote, "Case dismissed. Mr. Avery, you are free to leave."
What a long road, man.
Fucking 18 years. That's a lifetime for some people. You know what I mean?
Sir, it is.
Gregory Allen, still locked up for the 1995 rape, was now officially named as the man who attacked Penny Beerntsen. Prosecutors in Brown County were notified he'd be facing new charges. Sheriff Tom Kosorek got chased down by news cameras but refused to comment. He jumped into his truck and drove off. Former DA Dennis Vogel issued a short statement that said in part, quote, "We relied on the best evidence available in 1985.
Oh, did you? Is that right?
That's their big excuse, everybody that's involved in this, even down to like clerical workers, some of them ladies that were working and stuff, like when they're asked about it, it's like, oh, it was 85. Like, what are we supposed to do?
Okay.
5'11", 5'1".
Yeah.
You don't need science for that.
No, you don't. You need a ruler.
Is it? That is it. As I usually bring when I'm cucking. It's fun to bring a ruler sometimes to compare and show the wives like what they're really upgrading to when they hire old Big Mike.
It's very humiliating.
It adds to it. It adds to it. When you hire, there's a checklist of things that I could bring, and you pick up. Like, you never want to bring anything in that they don't want.
Yeah.
Again, it's in the end, it's for them.
Sure.
I get mine,
They're
but it's
paying.
for them. So you can bring a ruler, you can, rope if he wants to be tied to a chair.
Okay, okay.
Things like that.
Okay.
Yeah. There's a whole sundry list of items.
Sundry list.
Penny publicly apologized that same day. That night, she called Steven's mom and asked to speak to him in person. They met privately on September 15th at Lakeshore Tech College. No reporters allowed. Nothing was filmed. Penny handed Steven a handwritten card that said, quote, "I jailed you with my words. Please know how sorry I am." And Steven said to have told her, like, it's not your fault. You were put into this position. Like, you're just as much of a victim in this as I am.
Yeah, it takes a big man to say that, though.
Look, at this point in the story, Steven, there's nothing wrong with him. Like, yeah, he burnt the cat alive. Like, he's
There's
got
some stuff wrong with him.
Yeah, like he's well, okay.
He's jerking off in front of those ladies.
Let me read.
He's a little out there.
He hasn't raped anyone. He hasn't raped anyone yet.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, he's done a lot of dumb shit.
How awful for her, too. After what she's been through. Now she has to apologize to this guy.
Yeah.
Ugh, terrible.
But good on him for, accepting that, not blaming her.
Yeah.
civil rights attorneys wasted no time. The law firm of Cannon and Dunphy started building a $36 million lawsuit against Manitowoc County, Sheriff Gosorick, and District Attorney Vogel. They accused them of malicious prosecution, ignoring evidence about Gregory Allen, and failing to train officers on eyewitness procedures. By the end of it all, Steven Avery had spent exactly 6,582 days behind bars for a crime he didn't commit. Manitowoc County's leadership was under fire. You can imagine people are like, what the fuck is going on here? And all the way up to the Senate and stuff. Politicians were scrambling to clean this up. But Steven was finally free after 18 years. And that's where we will pick back up on part 3. In part 3, we'll get into Steven's fight against all these people that fucked him over with this in the lawsuit. And then we will get into the disappearance of Teresa Halbach.
Well, how about that? Steven's on the prowl and free.
This seems like the end of the series.
Yeah.
Like
Like
oh,
it
this
should
guy
be.
was wrongly convicted of rape. We figured it out. All right. He got free. Let's move on. No. Apparently more happens.
Some stuff happens.
I'm told that because there's a part 3.
You're like halfway there, pal.
And a part 4 and a part 5.
I was gonna say, is this gonna go 4 or 5?
5, yeah.
Oh
5.
man. Is that tie the record?
Yeah.
With
Nothing
what?
to
Manson and
Epstein.
was it Epstein? Scientology, did that not go 5?
No, we cut it at 4 because it was getting a little,
Out there.
it was getting a lot out of hand.
Epstein and Manson, both 5.
Yeah.
And this one's gonna go 5.
It's never been a 6.
Good Lord. Okay.
But yeah. I know on the OT we put out a couple of days before this, I said that we're going to be doing Karen Reed right after. But just because I'm on the Karen Reed stuff, I'm going to do this one. We're going to do this one a deep dive still.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
So we'll cover Karen Reed in September when this series ends.
September.
Yeah. Episode 4 is just going to be about Brendan Dassey. That whole episode is just going to be about that interrogation, which I found out a lot of interesting stuff about that. But that's
Okay. Very good.
2 weeks from now.
Let's not get ahead.
Quite
All
a
right.
story, man.
Yeah.
I think I would be so fucking bitter and angry if that happened to me.
18 years is a long
A
time.
long time. I would want to burn down the world.
He did have a good outlook coming out of
He
it.
did. I remember seeing the interview clips and stuff. It's yeah.
Yeah, so next week we'll get into the lawsuit, a lot of the lawsuit stuff with that. And then we'll introduce Teresa, get into who she was, and start touching on that timeline.
All righty.
All right.
Good stuff. Not for Steven. Good for us though.
Well, please, no spoilers. I don't know what happens.
I just mean overall, the whole
Yeah. This was not
The whole
this was
thing
not his
wasn't
best
pleasant,
day. This
no.
was not his best 18 years. We had this past week old wrestling. That was a good time.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
a lot of people came out, said hello.
I think we had more people come out this year to say hi to us than we had ever had in the past.
Yep.
Each year it's been growing.
Yeah, it's neat.
The show always sells out. Old wrestling itself does very well.
They do. It's a
But
good
it's
time.
nice when we can help them and be a part of that. Thanks to all the guys over at Old Wrestling for letting us be involved with that
Yeah,
again.
always fun.
Met some cool people. I feel bad like I don't get to talk to people as much as I would like to. You know, spend time with all of them. And, you know,
Yeah.
if it's the middle of a show, your people are coming up and saying hi, and you're like, "Oh, I'll catch you after." Like it was an after party this year, and I was hoping everyone was going to come to that and we can catch up. But you know, not everyone can stay around and do that. But if you did come out, thank you so much. It was awesome. We appreciate you saying hi, watching some wrestling with us.
Wrestling.
Yeah. Trying to solve the murder mystery that they did this year because it was
Yeah,
Friday
yeah.
the 13th. And Necronomipod was involved. Of course, you're going to have a good time with that. We got to sponsor the main event this year, which was nice.
Yeah, that was cool.
Makes us big time.
We've arrived.
Yeah, we're here. We're taking over the wrestling
We're
business.
not going anywhere.
It was a lot of fun this year. The wrestling, the one thing I will say about this year compared to all the years we've been doing this, the wrestling was better this year.
It was
Like
good.
the in-ring wrestling.
The in-ring the in-ring work was pretty good.
Yeah, there was some good stuff.
Yeah.
Some of that shit was a little stiff too.
Just,
Dig and
man.
dug dirt. We're getting a little stiff.
Those drop kicks, right?
Yeah.
Those guys' heads were snapping back.
Dig dirt.
Dig dirt and dug dirt, right?
I love it.
But he was under his military gimmick.
Yeah. Major minor.
Major minor. That's right.
That's a great gimmick. I love it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. We had some listeners bring us some gifts too. Listener Emily brought it was like a little package wrapped up for me. It was a sponge wrapped in there. One of the green.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Emily, by the way, was maybe the biggest sweetheart I've ever met
Really?
of our listeners. Yes. She was just very nice. She's very kind, very happy to meet us. I don't even think she was a wrestling fan. She was there to come hang out and say hello.
Most good people aren't.
Bring bring Ian a sponge. Yeah.
Was it good? Did it taste good?
It was great. Yeah, I ripped into it as soon as I got home. Yeah, so she brought that. And then John, he brought a bunch of like whiskey and rum samples and stuff. But he also brought me one of those UFO coins from Canada that we talk about all the time. One of the ones that light up with
We've mentioned some UFO shows.
yeah. Canada does
Those are neat.
like the little silver bars for everything. So, or for all their UFO sightings.
But they get it right with all that.
Yeah. So I appreciate it very much.
Dave, would you love a 50-cent piece that had like a water or a weather balloon on it, representing our UFO folklore?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That'd be great.
It's all shitty looking.
Deflated balloon on the ground.
It was the 40s, right? 47?
47, yeah.
Okay. So on one side would be a weather balloon, the other side would be Harry Truman.
Yeah. That's solid.
I would fucking own that in a heartbeat.
You know what? Speaking of Roswell, a listener pointed this out to me the other day.
Yeah.
I saw a comment somewhere. But the CIA was founded 16 or 17 days after the Roswell incident.
Whoa.
So what about that? Yeah. Whenever I asked you if George W.'s dad, about it, when he was CIA director.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And which was in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
About like when it started, whatever.
Yep. That's interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, that's
about
pretty
it.
pretty fast.
I have some questions from Harry S.
But yeah, old wrestling was fun.
Yeah.
It was a really good time. Thank you to everyone who came out. Hope you had enjoyed it.
A little more off the rails this year.
It was a little more adult oriented this year, not as family friendly as they usually are in the past, which I didn't mind. It was good. And like you said, great wrestling in the ring.
Yeah, in-ring stuff was great.
Sometimes when we do those, I wish I had more time to talk to people because you feel like, you're watching the wrestling event and then some people you talk to beforehand. Sometimes, some people you just say hi to. But I hope everyone had a good time that came out and came and said hello. If you came there for us, and I hope you came to at least say hello.
I hope you came.
Also that.
Oh,
Come.
actually came.
Yeah,
Come in.
I do want to thank Rob and Haley came up from the Columbus area and gave us this Whiskey War bottle that Mike is currently sampling
Just took a little sip.
from High Bank Distillery. How is that?
It's pretty tasty.
120 proofish.
Well, I wish you would have told me that ahead of time before I had that little sip. Ooh, boy. Yeah, it is.
Yeah. It's very strong. So
That's good, though.
good hanging out, guys.
Yeah, I'll drink that.
Appreciate it. Mike's going to get fucked up now.
Well, I'm done for that for the night. Let's just do a one and done on that.
I'm going to pour him another one.
Oh, boy. Yeah, but thank you for that as well.
I
Very
hope
kind.
he's yelling like Just Brew Jared was yelling at old wrestling.
Just Brew Jared has a good time.
I also want to say, years ago, someone sent us a box of business cards for Cucks Across America.
Oh, yeah.
And it had like stick figure Mike drawing on the back. And
That
it was one
was
of the
Emily.
funniest things. Oh, is that who that was? I don't remember names at all.
Yeah,
But I
that was the
saying-
girl with the sponge.
Okay, we finally met the individual who sent those cards, and awesome.
Yeah.
I love those cards. They're so funny. I stuck them in a few stickers over the years when they went out to people, and I don't know what happened to them. They're all gone now, but that was funny shit.
Oh, they're all gone.
Yeah.
I thought we still had a few.
No,
We got rid of them all.
I don't know where they went. They got misplaced. I think we took them to that trivia event we did, and somehow they didn't make their way back.
A listener stole them, perhaps.
Yeah, because we passed them out there.
I don't remember that, but that sounds about right.
Oh, good stuff, Emily.
Well, good time. Thank you to everyone who came out. We really appreciate it. We'll do it again next year, probably. As long as they have the event, we'll run it back.
Probably.
All right, Dave, what do you got on Patreon?
Thank you to new patrons. Christine Morellas. Does Mike say the word kayfabe one every episode, or is that a conspiracy I made up?
I probably say it once every episode.
Oh, wait,
haven't
sorry. There's no punctuation in this. Does Mike say the word kayfabe on every episode? I don't want to read it wrong. That's all one word.
Probably.
Yeah.
Asked and answered. Jose Ibarra, Jace McGraw, Christy Swaving, Scott Van Lowe, Emily K, Juicy Lucy. Hello. We used to have a strip club in Cleveland called Juicy Lucy's, now defunct.
I've not heard of that one.
Nice spot.
Now it's called Arby's.
Alaskan Chick 907, Timmy Dixon, Brittany Gustafson, G. Monty, Leanne Fowler, Miss Hildebrandt, president of the Blumpkin ASC. That's probably true. Sarah Wakeman, Casper's Cucks, Ashley Holland, Family Vargas, Joseph Bruto, Jason Moran, Connor White. What the fuck did I get into? Oh, it's just you wait. M. Carr, Fuck Ice, Jessica Houston.
I hate ice too.
Oh, you like your drinks warm?
It waters
pal?
down my rye that I'm drinking. I don't like it either.
Jessica Houston, Shaft Shitter, Mick Fuller, the Seaman Demon of New Orleans, and Hannah Jean. Thank you, new patrons. Hello.
Welcome aboard. Ian, what do you got from your end?
On Patreon, we just did a bonus episode on the possession of Clara Germana Cell. Pretty good one.
That was a wild show. Holy shit.
It's probably the most documented exorcism case, I think.
It is something.
There's a lot of eyewitness testimony to that one.
It was creepy.
Yeah. So yeah, that's going on Patreon. Still have our poll coming up. So good stuff going on over there.
Those patrons love their polls.
Yeah. This month, I mean, by the time you're listening to this, it's probably already over, but this month it's one of our live streams. You get to watch us record live, which we do once a quarter at the Jim Jones tier.
Yes, sir.
People seem to enjoy that. They'll watch us record. They kind of see like the behind the scenes, how you make the sausage type thing.
Yeah.
And then we usually hang out after, and in the chat they'll ask questions, and we'll talk to them for a little while and hang out. That's this month. And Mike's History Corner coming up. Got a good history show.
I like Mike's History Corner.
Thanks, man.
I like seeing how
At least
this-
someone does. My mom hates it. You should see the messages she sends.
Is that
me.
right?
Yeah.
You suck.
Yeah, this is
Boo.
fucking piss poor, asshole.
I didn't raise you like this.
Do
Piece
better.
of shit.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? We good?
I think we're good.
Yeah.
We are on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube at Necronomipod. Amazon.com, search Necronomipod for all of our merch. Patreon.com/Necronomipod and Necronomipod.com.
All right, you guys ready for a cool down beer?
Cheers.